Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Hotwheelz, and I'm always leading your way, especially for the holidays. Don't forget, WMS. I'm there every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And I have to say, happy holidays to Sorg, Mad Mike, WrestleFan, and even DJLunchbox. And I miss the good old Doc Remedy wherever you are. Merry Christmas. Mayhem Missy, please do not hurt me, because we all have good times, and thanks to you. Merry Christmas, Mayhem Missy, and the rest of the Mayhemers.
And here right now is Nexus Wonderland. Wade Barrett and John Cena, Heath Slater, Dave Otunga, Justin Gabriel and Husky Harris. Don't forget McGillicuddy now. Here we are, we're the Nexus. We're on Raw, dominating. The belts will be ours for a really long time, walking in a Nexus Wonderland. Randy Orton will be taken care of, and The Miz will not be awesome now. Then we'll come after the tag titles. We'll deport Santino and Kozlov. Later on, we'll go to SmackDown, and we will all take Kane down. We won't fear a spear or a 619, walking in a Nexus Wonderland. We can even beat The Undertaker. We can plant him 6 feet underground. Then we'll come to Raw and take out Sheamus. We'll knock the King of Kings right in his crown. Then in March, WrestleMania, the universe will not hate us. They'll cheer us all on with yellow ends on, walking in a Nexus Wonderland. Walking in a Nexus Wonderland.
Wrestling
Mayhem Show.
.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJLunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be Raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seen his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can shit better rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If he's sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD. The best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's Delirious, Daniel City, Kid McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce is booking, so that means I'm tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. It's the Christmassy edition. Here, it's cold enough to be the Christmas edition, and it's festive enough.
Holly Jolly Mayhem.
Holly Jolly Mayhem. We're halfway there with the graphics, right? Ladies and gentlemen, again, hey, it's me, it's Sorgatron. With me, as always, as usual, as most of the time, except none of them were here last week. But there's our panel for tonight, the WrestleFan, straight out of the Texas.
Yes, well rested after last week's amazing show. Mm-hmm. It is cold and it is Christmassy, and it is even more better with the Wrestling Mayhem Show live now for all you people to delight your ear holes with.
And we're like an hour.
That was really elaborate. I'm sorry.
There you go. And we're like an hour and a half late, so the start time for you is like it usually is for us. Welcome to the East Coast, WrestleFan.
Yay! It's not, polluted here.
And also joining us, is Hotwheelz. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. I am Hotwheelz, and I'm leading the sleigh.
What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
Oh, come on, Chachi.
It sounds dirty.
And then in the bottom right there, it's Dashing Claus?
Ho, ho, ho! It's Dashing Kris Kringle, Sorgatron!
He really is. He really is
Merry
dashing through the snow this
Mayhem.
week.
We really don't have to worry about the lip sync this year or this week for him.
Ho, 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 ho!
Fantastic. And I don't think he's going to give me any more of an intro. And also on the couch is Chachi of ChachiSays.net. How you doing this week, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
You just came off the longest awesome cast we've ever done.
I just came off the greatest awesome cast ever.
That's right.
I must say, it was awesome.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, you guys. We really rolled over, but I don't know. We're going to play Fast and Loose here at Sorgatron Media in 2011. But it's Christmas. Screw it.
We're not
It's
playing. No.
Fast and Loose?
No.
Loose and Fast?
No,
we're
we don't.
tightening the ship?
Yeah, we're tightening the
Okay,
ship.
we're working on that. We're going to have a meeting about the
Chachi likes
tightness
it
of the
tight,
ship.
folks.
There you go. You know. I
What can I
got
say?
some hot coffee warming me on this cold night. Of course, you have ventured onto the Wrestling Mayhem Show. If you don't know why the hell we're here or anything like that, please go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com. It has a lot of posts, a lot of information, a lot of ways you can contact us, including our Twitter page where we get a lot of information of this show. You can also get a hold of us. Good times.
Good times!
Good times.
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com, or you can call us at 412-206-WMS0, that's 9670, on your phone, and leave us a voicemail. You don't know, you too could have your own podcast based off of those set the music, like Big Freaky does. Actually, and by the way,
if you get drunk this holiday season, please call the Mayhem crew
Quick
and
dial
tell
it.
us what you get for Christmas.
quick dial it, and one way you can quick dial that, guys, is to download the Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold app on your iPhone, iPad is compatible at least, and now on your Android device. Look it up as The Wrestling Show on the Android marketplace, it seems. There it is right there. I got a big version to show off now because of the iPad. All quick access to all your shows, and including bonus content we do not currently put on the internet anywhere else. Right there, including a lot of fun stuff that I didn't even get to listen to yet for Gold this week. So,
the gold is extra gold this week.
There you go.
Yes, it is.
There's us eating cookies last week. There you go. Close up. But that gives you an idea. But there's a lot of fun stuff. There's a lot of dancing, a lot of copyright material we can't put on the other stuff. You know how it is on the internet. But other than that, and also, big announcement I want to throw out there right here at the top of the show. We have just announced over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, SorgatronMedia.com, the 5-year anniversary of the Wrestling Mayhem Show party will be coming up
5 years of mayhem.
1 equals 5 years of fucking awesomeness.
That's right. Hey, we started on, I believe the date is January 12th in 2006, so we're having the party on Tuesday, 1/11/11. That's 5 ones. January 11th. We'll be down at the Sharp Edge Bistro on Penn Avenue right here in downtown Pittsburgh. For everybody local, and Dashing Santa will be joining us from the Bronx here live.
Everyone who comes there and addresses me as Dashing Mad Mike will get a chance to chop me on the Mayhem Show.
There you go. There you go. It's going to be crazy. We've gotten correspondence from some past guests, some other colleagues of ours in the community and everything. It's going to be a fantastic show.
Sorg,
the Sharp
Sorg.
Edge. Yes.
Did you see who RSVP'd?
A lot of people RSVP'd. And a lot of people have...
Did you see that perhaps the greatest RSVP, if this happens, it will automatically win the Mayhemmy for best show of the year?
Okay.
Juggalo Jamie RSVP'd.
Now, I wonder about that because a lot of people are RSVPing that are not anywhere local, so I'm wondering... I think the RSVP...
See, because I has RSVP'd and I will not
I
be
know,
there.
but
Yeah.
But Juggalo Jamie is just fucking crazy enough to show up.
That is true. This is not a lie. This is not a lie. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But go over there. We have a link to the Eventbrite, or if you're on our Facebook, it's there as well. But please, if you're showing up physically in person, please RSVP on the Eventbrite. We do have a 50-person capacity, I believe, at the room that we booked. The people at the Sharp Edge Bistro down there have been fantastic to us in planning this thing. We're going to be opening with a live episode of the Awesome Cast. They have Wi-Fi. Everything should be streamed if everything technical works out. And either way, it'll be a tremendous episode, live episode. We did a live episode of the Awesome Cast in front of the PodCamp Pittsburgh audience of about, I don't know, what was it, like 20 people, 20, 30 people in there? Something like that? You were there.
Where?
At the PodCamp Pittsburgh Awesome Cast?
Oh, yeah, there's about 20, 30 people in the room.
Yeah, we had a pretty good crowd, so you know, what's going to happen with the Wrestling Mayhem show crowd, you know? So I'm very excited about that. A lot of stuff coming up in 2011 that, you know, we'll be talking about here as we go.
It's going to be a big year.
It's going to be a big year for
Mad
all
Mike's
our
going to
shows.
get drunk and sing.
That's epic.
It's a guarantee.
If that doesn't tell you how big of a year
It's going to be.
Yes.
I don't know what does.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So let's get right into it. I know we got a good bit of fan mail for the holidays, and thank you, Mad Mike, for the Christmas greetings. We actually have a few tunes that he's going to submit here throughout the evening. So great.
I should just release an album, Sorg.
Oh, we've been talking about that since the first year we did one. So what is happening in the fan mail? I have no mail. What the hell?
I'll take the first one if
Sure thing.
since I have it up.
The email. The email.
The email. To the WMS Nation, if there was some things I learned in 2010 on why WWE did so well, then I compiled a list of 7 things I learned from the WWE universe this year. Number 7, dashing Cody road tips. How come a guy from Legacy spends 20 minutes in the bathroom before a match? It's his tips on how to stay fresh and keep fresh as a man. Why is he looking like a good guy, but he's a bad guy? Good, very good point.
He's dashing, but he knows none of you can be. Except for me.
Very true. Number 6, Daniel Bryan's theme. At first, it was a good theme, but they switched to classical for the time being. Come on, Ric Flair had it, Sarah Del Rey had it, but for Daniel Bryan has it? How come WWE used classical in the very first place for this ROH alum?
Yeah, it's never really been explained.
No, not completely, but still great stuff. Number 5, the All Diva season of NXT. I wanted AJ Lee to win, but it was Caitlyn that won the whole thing. Why? Other than that, it was pure entertainment the fans wanted, and all they got was decent challenges. Okay?
All right.
I believe fan voting and the fact that Caitlyn had an actual storyline for the show.
That's true.
Usually the storylines win.
Yeah, well, it was my opinion that Caitlyn got cheap heat, but whatever. Or cheap pops. But that's
it
that's
worked
just
for
me.
Foley.
I digress. Number 4, Caval, the little ego that could. When he won Season 2 of NXT, he wanted to be the new WWE champion, but when he came to SmackDown, he became a punching bag despite being under 200 pounds. Can this man gain weight to go Intercontinental or World Heavyweight next year? Or will it be FCW or TNA for him? Number 3.
I think it all
the
counts.
Over the Limit.
Oh, sorry. I think it all counts of the pairing, like, for him. You know, obviously they're not going to throw him against John Cena anytime soon. I think there needs to be a lot of work with him to make him look like a threat and look as devastating as he has on the indie scenes that we've all seen in person. You know, I mean, there's an air about him that's not being translated to the television, at least the way WWE does things. And I really think
I think he needs to be a heel, but they have too many heels on SmackDown.
Almost, yeah. I mean, that seems to be the way. I mean, I like to see Rottweilers were heels, right? When he was
even though they're making Drew McIntyre a face for some reason.
Are they? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was on SmackDown. Kelly was doing her makeup, and Drew comes up, and he's like, "Oh, you did well during the Slammies," and she's like, "Why are you being so nice?" And he's like, "I'm not the same guy I am in the ring." Whatever.
Oh wow, whatever. Okay, moving on.
3.
Yeah, that was the most
Limit.
awkward force segment I've ever seen on SmackDown.
Over the Limit pay-per-view. The hospital really worked overtime for most wrestlers that got injured in the event, and there were a few blood stoppages. The pay-per-view scene hasn't been that way since then, but Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania will change next year.
Oh, yeah?
Number 2, Santinov being tag team champions. You can go back to WCW and have a team of PN News and Big Josh for a scaffold match at the 1991 Great American Bash, but Santinov as being tag team champions? Come on. How come a team with comedy can actually wrestle to win the belts? Hopefully, it won't be long for next year.
On
I
that,
disagree. I am loving Santino.
I know you responded to my tweet.
I agree. I like it.
I caught the first half of TNA today at lunch, and I saw the return. Maybe I haven't been watching of Eric Young and Orlando Jordan. I say I want to see those two against Kozlov and Santino.
That'd be cool.
You need those comedy teams. You need,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, I don't think I agree with Santino and Kozlov being champions. I really think they could do something better with that, but that's where WWE is. But still, that's hilarious, and it's a storyline. And where the hell did that belt come from? So
and
you know where that came from, Sorg. They pulled that off of the Dead Company.
And the number one reason I learned is Michael Cole. Yes, the guy with an annoying commentary resume has the glasses when he addresses the public like a political speech and says something funny when he was in NXT. Perhaps I should download my Michael Cole bingo cards right now. That would be awesome. You gotta drink every time he says vintage. I gotta go, fans.
No, you'll have alcohol poisoning before the end of Raw WrestleFan.
I gotta go, fans. Have a happy C Nation 2010 and a Nexus Free 2011. Pierre K, aka Mr. Techwood Drive.
Oh man, that's great. Let's see.
Funny story. Magus and I were actually over at a fellow logger's house watching the pay-per-view, and we were calling lines of Michael Cole's commentary.
It's so predictable. Well, you know, I mean,
like right as he was saying them.
He's just so predictable.
Well, yeah, they've been around for so long.
It was pretty funny.
And with the addition of CM Punk making fun of his lines,
yeah,
I was watching recaps of CM Punk since he's been a commentator, and it was an episode of NXT, and Punk goes, "Vintage Maxine," and Josh Matthews goes, "She's a rookie. She's had like one match." She's like, "It's still vintage."
Fantastic. You know, we've been getting these really interesting. I don't know what to make of these emails. These I have something to say headlined emails, and it'll be one line like this fellow Marvin says, "I want to see John Cena and the whole Raw roster against Nexus at WrestleMania." I think we're past that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that was your.
I think WrestleMania is shaping up pretty well right now, where we kind of know what's going to happen going into it.
Do we?
I think I know a little bit.
Okay. Oh, well,
Personally, well, obviously from last night, I think it's going to be Cena and Punk. People say it's going to be Taker and Kane when it comes to WrestleMania. I personally think it's going to be Taker and Barrett.
Okay.
After the whole stuff that happened at Bragging Rights.
Okay.
And then you could throw in maybe Edge and Kane again. Usually those are throwaway matches that no one really cares about. But, you know, I think it's still, you know, shaping up to be a really good WrestleMania.
There's a lot of potential there, and plus with all the new talent that's really stepped up, I mean, it can really push to be a different WrestleMania than we usually see. So
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm just say we're gonna see Edge and Christian for the world title at Mania.
That'd be tremendous.
Possibly.
That'd be tremendous. A lot's going to change in the next 3 months if that's going to happen, though.
All I know is that with the new talent coming in, the Money in the Bank match is going to be awesome.
All right.
I don't think there's going to be a Money in the Bank match at Mania. I don't know why you guys keep thinking that.
I heard they're getting rid of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Oh.
So.
Really? That's not what I've heard.
I heard was that they didn't. It wasn't that good enough in buy rate, so they're gonna.
Well, a lot of people.
Keep it WrestleMania. But that's hearsay. No one truly knows.
Well, I think for the most part, the buy rates have been going down across the board. So, and this is the first year for these concepts, so this might not be enough for them to make a decision already. You know. I mean, we'll see.
The Money in the Bank concept is a good one, especially one for each brand.
And I thought TLC did really good too. And we'll talk about those in the discussion later. So. One last email here from the Riz. WMS! Well, the holidays are upon us, and honestly, I don't know how to close out another year of mayhem without another awesomely awesome email from, well, me. This year, we all had good times, bad times, and times in the middle. We laughed, cried, and a whole bunch of shit that made us go, what the fuck? Mainly, we have Jimmy DeMarco and Puppet to thank for that. Puppet. The residents of Mayhem has gone through the changes as well, from the vibrant green screen Oh, shit. To the set that we have now, even though Sorgatron can't see the guests well. No, we changed that. Chachi's right. We moved the monitor here. I can see Chachi. Chachi.
Yeah, Sorg and Chachi have perfect eye contact.
Right. I mean, there's a clean path. I can see him.
I can throw something straight at Chachi. See, there you go.
And it can come back.
Right back to me. There you go. Right there. Because it would have bounced off a monitor if I tried to do that before. Like it will this way.
I got hit with Sting.
You got hit with Sting.
There's Flash.
Wow, it didn't actually go to me. Okay, there we go. This is me. And Mike. Hello. There we go. Back to the email. Sting's going to stay right there. Different camera angles and couches alike show that the Mayhem show is getting better and better. It's purple. The only downside is numerous acts of disconnect the whole... What? The only downside is the numerous acts of disconnect the whole Mayhem show from Sorg to Hotwheelz had with Skype, but that's only a minor detail in awesomeness that is the Wrestling Mayhem show. You know, more professional shows, not to say we're not professional outright, have as much problems sometimes with Skype as we do. You know, people that are actually like making companies of this fully have had it's Skype, and we are looking into some other alternatives that might be more reliable. And if you know anything that's reliable, that's like a Skype alternative that can do what we're doing here, please let us know. And we're experimenting with technology all the time and trying to improve.
Yes, we are.
We're definitely. Last show of the year. So I guess I'll end it with this. Until next year, the Riz, happy holidays. So there you go. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's all we have for the fan mail. So, on that note, I don't think I have voicemails we can put out there this week. We had some stuff from Big Freaky. I don't know what it is. Somebody I've never heard of before gave us results of the first half of the AIW show, and that's it. I heard there might have been. I heard speculation there might have been a confrontation at the AIW show with somebody that might be freaky and or big. I've heard speculation from former guests on the show. I will not speculate any further. I only report the news. Moving on. I think we need to go.
Actually, we report all sorts of non-news.
Yeah, we just kind of make up the news sometimes, to be quite honest. Chachi, do you have any news you'd like to make up at this point?
Yeah, I'm going to be a referee for signing with TNA.
You're signing with TNA as a referee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chachi, well, actually, no. Chachi will probably be a better referee than the crappy refs that they have there now. So
there you go.
They didn't go to referee school. They didn't go to referee school, and they don't understand how to divert their attention when
Shut your mouth.
And the legal maneuver is being done.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Watch. I can do this. That's all you need to do.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Chachi, can you do me a favor, though?
What's up?
When you ref matches, please don't wear shorts.
That's fine.
I don't like. Well, I'll wear the standard. I will wear the standard referee uniform. Stripes, black pants, black shoes.
Black hat, Cadillac.
Bow tie.
Will probably be the best referee they have.
Yeah, I'll wear a bow tie. If it makes you happy, I'll wear a bow tie.
Yeah, old school.
Excellent. And also, slip Velvet Sky my number.
Alright. Deal.
I mean, she has it once already, but she says she lost it.
Yeah.
Flip it every time.
All right, guys. So, like I said, it's a Christmas episode. If you can't tell by how Mad Mike is looking, if you're on the video version, I think we
I have no idea what you're talking about, Sorg.
I think we should roll it into somebody overnight. Overnight. For the holiday. You know,
the holiday lantern, Sorg.
It's a Christmas miracle. Let's toss it to another awesome Christmas carol, Mayhem style. Tremendous. I gotta say, what you
Good for you, Mike. You made no comment about his drug history.
Mad Mike, what you lack in melody, you make up for in creativity. That is a compliment.
I almost wanted to do Deck the Hardy's Meth. I was almost going to do a whole song just dedicated to the Hardy Boys, but I didn't want to put them over that
Ladies
much.
and gentlemen, that is why this is how fans become part of the show is stuff like this. This is tremendous.
Yep. Deck the halls with too much calories.
Well, let's get right into it. WrestleFan what is up in the indie scene these days, sir? I understand.
Oh,
go for it.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I had an intro, but I didn't want to feed you something you may not have info for.
Well, it's always a big time of year for the indie world around this time.
Pittsburgh.
The year is coming to an end. Shows are wrapping up their final shows of the year, or companies are wrapping up their final shows of the year, and there's no bigger show in the indie scene, in my opinion, than Ring of Honor's annual event, Final Battle 2010. It was this Saturday in New York City. It was streaming live on Go Fight Live. I'm just going to run down the card real quickly. The All Night Express of Kenny King and Rhett Titus picked up the win over Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly in a really great match. These young athletes did an awesome job in the opener. Colt Cabana picking up the win against TJ Perkins in another great match. Sarah Del Rey and Serena D beating Amazing Kong and Daisy Hayes in a Women of Honor match, which was very good. Eddie Edwards defeating former TNA talent Sanjay Dutt in a really great match. Then for those that were watching on Go Fight Live, the announcement was made during an interview with Jim Cornette that former WWE Tag Team Champions Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin are now permanent members of the Ring of Honor roster. So that's definitely a great pickup for Ring of Honor. Hopefully they'll do a lot of great stuff in the future. Moving on to the card, Homicide picking up a win over the TV champion Christopher Daniels in a non-title match. Great match. Six-person tag action. I shouldn't say person. The Briscoes of Jay and Mark and their father Mike Briscoe defeating the Kings of Wrestling and Shane Hagedorn after their father Mike nailed a doomsday device, which was very impressive and very much not what we expected.
He's an older fella.
And he was actually really impressive in that match. Wiping the floor with Shane Hagedorn, planning a smooch on Sarah Del Rey. Very, very, very entertaining match. Then we moved to the Ring of Honor World Title match, which was Roderick Strong picking up the win over Davey Richards, which was an amazing match. Went over 30 minutes. Very phenomenal. The match ended when Davey Richards passed out to Roderick Strong's stronghold. And there was a lot of controversy after the match because Davey looked very banged up after the match. Of course, passing out. An update was made on his condition. He was told to go to the hospital following the event, which he refused to. After he returned to his home in Washington, he did receive medical attention. It was reported that he was diagnosed with a grade 2 concussion and a ruptured eardrum. However, on the positive side, officials have also been informed that Richards should be able to compete by January 14th and 15th when Ring of Honor returns to Virginia and North Carolina in the year of 2011. So yeah, it was a very scary moment, but I'm glad to see Davey Richards is okay. Very great. And then definitely match of the night, and maybe one of the craziest matches I've ever seen was El Generico picking up the win over Kevin Steen in the Fight Without Honor, Mask versus Career. It was the sickest possible match I'd ever seen. These guys literally tore the house down. Both men bleeding buckets. It was just the amount of maneuvers that they did. El Generico diving through a table and a ladder that was set up on the guardrail to do a tornado DDT, which was amazing. And the very end of the match, very reminiscent to last year's Final Battle when Kevin Steen turned on El Generico, with El Generico blasting Kevin Steen in the face with a chair shot. El Generico picking up the win, able to keep his mask, and now Kevin Steen is gone from Ring of Honor. So we hope him the best. Definitely a really great match. These two have a lot to be proud of, and that was definitely a great end to an amazing feud between the two men. That's it for the Ring of Honor news. If you want more, go to ROHWrestling.com. Check out their upcoming dates and all this other stuff to see how you can check out Ring of Honor. And also a small note that I wanted to make. it was announced that friends of the show, AIW, John Thorne released a statement saying, quote, the Absolute Academy Pro Wrestling School will be launching on February 1st, 2011, with head trainer, friend of the show, Johnny Gargano.
Nice.
We have lined up a lot of surprise guest trainers to come in throughout the course, including TNA, ROH, Shikara, and former WWE superstars to give our students the best possible training they can get. The school is limited to only 10 spots for the inaugural class. For more information on signing up, please email jthorne@aiwrestling.com. So if you are listening to the show and you are aspiring to be a pro wrestler, there's a lot of schools out there, but I would definitely look, if you're in the Cleveland area, to check out AIW's wrestling school, the Absolute Academy Pro Wrestling School. The ability to get trained by a friend of the show, Johnny Gargano, who's made great strides over his career. Once again, if you want more information on that, you can email jthorne@aiwrestling.com. So go support them, support their company, and maybe you can become the big professional wrestler. And that is all the indie news I have for this week in professional wrestling.
Real quick, and I know I saw a note about this earlier, and I was just reminded because their Twitter is on their page. Good move by them. Remember, what was her name? Let's see if I can see it here. Isis the Amazon that was supposed to be in NXT, the 7 foot tall.
They're having their next event, Girls Night Out 3, I believe, which is a big night for them. It's an all-female show for them. Yes, Isis the Amazon, a.k.a. Eloisa, the almost NXT rookie for Season 3. She will be wrestling. I believe the main event also Angel Dust, who's their women's champion, defending the title against Sarah Del Rey, friend of the show. So that'll definitely be a good event. If you want tickets for that, you can go check out aiwrestling.com for more information.
Fantastic. Thanks again, WrestleFan. Let's head right into, here's a little bit of what you're going to be. There's a lot of stuff on Gold this week, guys. It's a holiday extravaganza, including another take on those songs you were hearing earlier. So we'll be back with that and a little bit of holiday cheer right here, Wrestling Mayhem Show.
The heel now, after Bound for Glory 2010. You can say there's no such thing as logic.
You a fucking Grinch? Why aren't you in the holiday season?
Hey, there is a tree, and there is a stocking.
No.
Yeah.
Try not to be as cheated as possible.
Hey, I'm such a fan. I have a name. It's in my name.
Yeah, he's the
It's frustrated enough trying to get it installed. Now it's installed and I'm disappointed.
I am Captain Awesome.
fantastic Twitter feed to follow, Chachi said.
It's crap.
Hey,
Chat rooms with the Pokemon chat rooms.
Yeah,
I don't jive with that.
you can check us out at awesomecast.com.
Ooh, little wrestlers fly so high. Ooh, well, from way up north where Vince McMahon plays, there's a tale about wrestlers that you've all been told that you gotta be 6'5" or 300 pounds, or your wrestling career will never get off the ground. It's the little wrestlers. It's the little wrestlers. So you got this guy named Daniel Bryan, and he's also known as the American Dragon. He's 5'0" and 100 pounds, but he'll kick your head off with a really big sound. It's the little wrestlers. It's the little wrestlers. Fly wrestlers. Fly wrestlers. Whoa. Fly wrestlers. Fly wrestlers. Boo-hoo-yaka. You got this dude named Rey Mysterio, and he's from the little town of San Diego. He'll fly through the ropes or jump off the top, and he'll finish fuckers off with a West Coast pop. It's the little wrestlers. It's the little wrestlers. wrestlers, little wrestlers. Little wrestlers, little wrestlers fly so high. Little wrestlers fly so high. Little wrestlers fly so high. Little wrestlers fly so high.
We are back. Thank you, Mad Mike, for that little bit of Beach Boys right there.
You are very welcome, Sorgatron.
There you go. And on the line with us, we found him, DJLunchbox, celebrating this Christmas with us via Skype phone.
He was fighting some hobos.
It's true. I'm having acid and absinthe. It's all delicious here.
It's the only way to enjoy the holidays, of course.
I think he's in an opium den.
Wow. He might be.
I can see through time, and I can smell the dirty flesh on all of your bodies. I can tell, I can see in your innermost thoughts, and yeah, the shadow knows. I'm fucking,
The Shadow.
What's his name? You know, Jack Donaghy. I'm Jack Donaghy. I can see the evil that men do.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. There is a pay-per-view this past weekend. I'm just going to ignore everything. TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs. I enjoyed it. I want to know what you guys think. So who wants to had it first?
That was a fun show.
It, but I thought it was great.
Wait, you didn't see it, but you thought it was great?
I had a good time.
Yeah. Chachi was over here. We were seeing it.
It was.
I mean, you I don't think you watched too much going into it, right?
No.
But for a gimmick pay-per-view like that, it was fun.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was really good, yeah.
The matches.
If you want to get...
Go ahead, Chach.
Go ahead, Chachi.
The matches were set up correctly.
Yeah.
Everything happened the way it should.
Yeah.
And if you watch the pay-per-view, I told Sorg afterwards that there were... Not only did Cena get a standing ovation when he walked back through the curtain, but I guarantee that there was at least 5 wrestlers lined up after the arena emptied to see how many of them could pull down an entire string of chairs like he did in one take. Because
that was a cool spot.
That took skill. It seriously, the chances of him being able to do that again perfectly like it happened are immense.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, if you want to, do you want to run through the card?
WrestleFan's next.
Sorry, WrestleFan, go ahead.
No, you go first.
It's the Christmas season. Give the spot away.
Oh, all right, well, the only thing I was going to say, I mean, the spot looked great. My only problem with, they were selling it like it was the end of the world. John Cena physically actually protected Wade Barrett by putting a giant bed frame, which was there for some reason, over him.
We know that.
Like, the most that would have happened with Wade Barrett was he would have gone, "Ow, this is loud."
Well, this is his eardrums popped in that one. Honestly enough that he couldn't come back the next day for Monday Night Raw. Well, it's just like the X Division. Like, we know half those moves don't even hurt; they just look spectacular. That's what that was. It was a spectacle, even when they jump off.
It looked better from the wide out shot, not the close up shot.
Yeah. And the shots last night where they were showing it off, you don't see him pull the thing on top of them firsthand,
Right.
So, I think it was fun,
I enjoyed it.
So, do you want to run through the card and give our thoughts on the matches?
The undercard was tremendous.
Oh, it was. It was the best undercard I saw in a while.
That ladder match with Kofi, Swagger, and Ziggler was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan.
My only problem with that...
What's that?
Oh, sorry, WrestleFan, go ahead. Go ahead, WrestleFan, I cut you off, my bad.
Well, no, you go ahead, because I think it's the same thing I was thinking. Or I was about
it was
to
too
mention.
short.
Oh, well, never mind.
The match was way too short.
Yeah.
You know what,
Yeah,
though?
but I guess the thing with that is they didn't want it to, overshine some of the other matches.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good. And the only problem I had, well, it's not the problem I had with the match, is all the people complaining about the whole finish.
Oh no, the finish was the best part.
Yeah,
the
people
finish
saying
was amazing.
That Russo booked the finish, and it's like, but that actually made sense.
If Russo booked the finish, they would have both grabbed the belt and jumped to the floor at the same time.
And they would have been co-champions, which is,
Co-champions,
But no.
fantastic. We just did that lately, so we can't go back to that so soon. Hasn't been 7 months.
Exactly.
And I like how Jerry Lawler pointed out to Cole, he's like, "How Vicky Guerrero now getting involved in matches? This is all your fault, Cole."
And I'm so sad. I'm so sad that CM Punk won't be, on announcing so much anymore. Yeah, but still.
Well, we don't know that.
We're pretty sure at this point. Come on.
He may still be.
Michael Cole cost Jerry Lawler the WWE title, and he was on Raw the next week.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure Punk isn't ready to compete yet. And he'll probably come out to Raw, and Cena will probably come out and call him out and say, "Sorry, Cena, I'm not ready to compete yet."
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll probably.
Hasn't Punk been doing house shows though?
Has Punk been doing house shows?
Yeah, I read somewhere that he was doing some SmackDown shows.
He could be. He could be.
Yeah. And it's pretty close to where, because I think he said he was going to return at by the Rumble, so.
Yeah. That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And
if you want to move on
to
the next match, which was a lot surprising than I thought it was going to be, the Divas Tag Team Tables match.
Yes.
Where it was actually a really good match. They actually gave time, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And people were complaining about the botch finish, which some reports saying that it wasn't a botch finish, but I wouldn't see a reason why it wasn't, or why they intentionally didn't make the table break.
Yeah. For those she dropped both of them on the table from the rope, and the table didn't break. And so she jumped on top of it.
But it didn't break.
Yeah, and there was a couple of times, and I made the comment, is like when you have a show with tables in your title, don't buy the cheap ones from Walmart, because there were several that fell apart. I think was it Sheamus or Kane that I think it was Kane that pulled the legs of the table right off of it while he was setting it up.
Yeah, Kane ripped the framework of the table off while he was trying to set it up.
Yes,
and the thing I found confusing also about it was, it seemed like for the Divas match, they made the tables shorter.
Yeah.
Yes, I noticed that also.
Somehow that's gonna help.
They're out there. We found a midget tables when we were setting up for IWC the last time.
Well, listen, as an expert in the table setting industry,
you and I are both former table
technicians.
Table technicians.
But yeah, you can get short tables like that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the fact that they had smaller tables completely makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, they're there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They're lady-sized tables.
And I did think the finish was cooler with Natalya swan diving off of the off of the turnbuckle.
Yes, definitely. Let's see what we have. Then, Morrison and Sheamus.
Before that was the tag team title match with the team of awesome of Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov.
Yeah.
Which it was okay, but it was really just to help build the Cena Barrett match.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that needed help.
It yeah. But yeah, the John Morrison Sheamus
it bothers
or ladder match. Or go ahead.
It just bothers me that they put a tag title match on there that didn't really mean anything, and the Big Show bit.
Yeah.
And yet they couldn't put like someone like Daniel Bryan on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's the point where it's like, oh, WWE forgot that we paid for this, and then they're going to spend 10 minutes promoting a DVD. Come on, guys.
But a lot of the matches delivered a lot, like we mentioned before, the Morrison Sheamus match.
Mm-hmm.
That match was absolutely crazy. I am convinced that John Morrison is Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. The wrestling Jesus. Wrestling parkour Jesus.
Yeah.
I want,
especially
next time I go to a WWE show, if John Morrison is there, I want to start a "He's parkour" chant.
That
Interesting.
would be awesome.
Because I started chanting that at the Prince Magus' house when we were watching the pay-per-view, and it got a good rise out of everyone. So I think we can get that started at a WWE show.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely the moment when they both fell out of the ring and Sheamus lands through the table or through the ladder. Yeah, that was crazy. And then I love the final finish when Sheamus tries to push the ladder over, and Morrison rebounds and just kicks him in the face.
Yeah. That was good. That was like the perfect guy to put in a ladder match.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nothing says
It wasn't just.
that's match like a boot to the fucking face.
And it's not just. It wasn't even like Morrison carried it. I mean, Sheamus did a pretty good job also.
Yeah, for a big guy, and usually we're like, Kane in a ladder match, really? We're doing this, But yeah, it was completely believable and everything,
Yeah.
Definitely. And then next up, we had Miz and Randy Orton. I love the screwjob finish. Well, we said we both we approved of that screwjob finish. Apparently the referee didn't, but we did.
That screwjob finish was perfect.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Now you haven't been on the show for a while, but you are a Miz fan.
I love the Miz.
He's great.
The gimmick itself is just perfect.
Yeah, and like we were talking last week, I mean, he's just come so far. I mean, I've even loved his interviews over the last few weeks.
He can work a mic.
Yeah.
And the whole ego thing is something that should have happened in this capacity a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well,
it's just something.
It had been happening. He's been doing this kind of thing since he started, even when he was the host of SmackDown. It's just he couldn't really back it up in the ring because he was so green when he started.
Definitely.
I remember when The Miz first came out and everyone hated him.
Yep.
Like, get off my screen, X-Pac hate. But, I was looking at him, and I'm like, once he shores up in the ring and kind of refines his gimmick, the man is a heat magnet. Because he's been on reality TV, he knows how to get a reaction out of people, and he can work the mic.
The Miz...
He may not have had much direction when he started, but now he's like, boom, boom. On fire.
And I go back to I mentioned the interviews. I've listened to no less than 3. After last week's show, I know you guys have been saying for me to check out the ESPN interview. I listened to the entire interview while I was editing the show last week. It's tremendous. I mean, this guy, the way he can work the media, he knows it because he's been on TV before, and has done speaking engagements for how long? I think this is your next media face, like John Cena.
He's the new people that they bring on to talk shows and stuff like that.
He's already proven it,
and that's great for him.
He's already done Fallon.
Yeah,
Jimmy Fallon loved him as a guest.
Oh, he was great as a guest on there.
They played so well together. This is WWE's next. We need someone to do a public primetime TV
and he's
interview.
The guy, and you know what, and the other thing is, because they were talking about, well, how much have you been sleeping? He's doing every media outlet, and that's what John Cena does.
Right.
John Cena is the guy that goes to all the talk shows. He's the guy, Triple H is great, and he's a great talker and everything, but he still can come off as the meathead wrestler in these types of interviews. He doesn't know how to talk to the normal layman's person when he's not yelling at somebody. That's the problem.
And I might be going off on a bit of a tangent here, WWE versus TNA thing. This is the thing that WWE really has tried in over the past year of making these stars, of making people that they can, take to events and promote their product.
You know what though?
Other than John Cena or Triple H or
You know what though? You can't make this. You can push this, but you cannot make this.
No, you can't. Well,
True.
But the complaint has been over the last few years, definitely since we started this show, is they haven't given opportunities to people with this kind of talent. These people, 3 years ago, somebody like The Miz, like Morrison, would have given up by now, gone to TNA, and done something there.
Right.
Whether you agree with how they do it over there, whether you agree if that's a good role, if that's a unilateral role, whatever that is, they would have given up and found their fortune over there, and who knows where they'd be right now.
Right. So WWE is doing the smart thing by pushing the right people for what they need, and that's
what you're starting to see. But I think because you're starting to see the little staleness of WWE. I don't think WWE is completely deaf to their detractors.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of
Vince or whoever's doing this thing understands the fact that they're not going to have John Cena forever. They're not going to have Triple H forever.
Yeah.
So
and they've been
they need to build these new, if I want to call them icons, but that's kind of what John Cena has become.
Mm-hmm. And they've been caught with their pants down, literally, with, okay, we had this big plan, but The Undertaker got hurt again, and Shawn Michaels got hurt again, and Triple H got hurt again. Oh, crap. And we get a lackluster 6 months of wrestling, and we don't care that John Cena's in there because we don't know what the hell else to do. And he's going to beat up a lineup of heels that we don't believe is going to take the title off him because he's John Cena and he's Superman. Right. And he's one of the guys that hasn't gotten really injured. He's been their go-to guy. And it's like, well, let's bring up some other guys. OVW, I think, had some problems in the developmental. They've gone to that Florida Championship Wrestling, and look at the nexus. All of NXT, I think, comes from FCW. Whatever they're doing down there, I think Steve Kern, who used to be Skinner back in the 90s, he's been in charge down there. Dusty Rhodes has had a hand down there. What they got down there is working. Right. We said a little bit when NXT first started, it looked like very cookie cutter, guys. Everybody had the same body and everything. But we've had a hell of a variety. Season 2, the Divas.
I'm sorry. Believe it or not, Nexus, the whole faction thing, is probably one of the best things that WWE could have done.
I want to know who came up with the Nexus.
Me too.
That was
tremendous.
I agree. That the Nexus angle made John Cena the most interesting that he's probably ever been.
I think,
in my opinion,
it took him from a belt-hugging superstar
for the kids and the great girls,
to an actual worker who will fall down to push someone else.
And I gotta say, I think most of the John Cena detractors have been silent because of this. Because how can you not get behind this? Well, you're supporting Dexys.
And to go on with that point, did you guys see the fucking clinic of a match Cena put on with Dolph Ziggler last night?
Exactly.
That was incredible. Dolph Ziggler's been putting on great matches, with anybody they put in front of him.
Guys. Okay, one time, LB, because I think your line's maybe a little more delayed than most. Let's go with you first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think Dolph Ziggler's really proven himself as of late, and he'll put on a good match with anybody who's put in front of him.
Oh yeah, with Kofi, Brian Daniels. I mean, he's been great. And Vicky.
Hey, Sorg. Sorg, going off the Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan match. WWE put out a list of the 25 greatest matches of 2010.
Yes,
and they have a tie for first that they want the fans to break.
Yes, Dolph.
Number the two that are tied. One of them is Undertaker Shawn Michaels. Keep in mind, this was the main event of WrestleMania. This is Shawn Michaels' final match. And the other one, they put up there in tied for quality of the best match of the year, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
It says something WWE's mentality.
That tells you exactly what WWE thinks of Dolph Ziggler.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's not only that. That tells you what WWE thinks about the quality of the matches that are being put out now.
Yeah. Oh, it's been upped.
Exactly.
Definitely.
WWE is reaching a new level in the quality of matches that are actually being broadcast.
Yeah, and they're doing this, okay, I know we have the gimmick pay-per-views, but they're doing this without the gimmicks, despite the gimmicks. Right. And we didn't get through the rest of the card, but TLC was the perfect balance of, oh crap, how are you going to make sure a match isn't going to overshadow the other, I think we all kind of scoffed a little bit when we saw the chair non-title match was the main event.
Right.
But it worked.
It did.
But with the way the feud between Cena and Barrett was going, it had to have been the main event.
Yeah.
No, really, it didn't.
Well,
I mean,
yes and no.
It was.
If this is meant,
the only reason it was the main event
is because it was John
I
Cena.
honestly think Edge winning should have been the main event.
Okay, yeah.
That could be debated, yeah. But
And I think even in that, the main event fell a little flat, as a match. But it still worked. But I still see it as being, if this is the true blow-off match, way to end 2010 with John Cena finally going over all of Nexus, I thought that was tremendous.
No,
I think it was the perfect spot for it. It made sense. I think they should have done maybe something a little bit more with it. I think there's a little bit missing from that, but still, you can't. This is the best book WWE's been in so long. I think I was praising Survivor Series last month too, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I mean that was
Survivor Series was also a really good pay-per-view.
because it used to be the concentration up here, and we just had whatever in the middle, and it's the secondary world title match. It was always real formulaic, like something weird's going to happen there that didn't really matter.
Right.
The other title match is going to be the really good one that really matters. And they've what the hell?
Did someone's cat die?
but they've been so good at it lately.
That's not a Christmas present.
I've never been so excited for WWE since we've started this show. I swear.
This is what I think is happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, WWE is taking this time where it doesn't have any good competition.
This month and these months,
right?
Actually, they do have competition. This is the most competitive time of year for them, and usually when they roll over because Monday Night Football.
I would honestly
no.
dispute calling TNA competition.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
That's not what I meant. I meant wrestling competition.
Yeah. Just there's no threat.
Oh, okay.
TNA's not a
Sorry.
threat.
Never mind.
We're not considering them a threat competition. They're a rival. We don't consider them a threat or competition. They're not a consideration as far as that goes.
Okay.
But Monday Night Football would be their competition,
right?
And that's why these months are usually flat.
But
not the case.
No, WWE is stepping it up. They're doing what they have to do. They're taking the talent that would normally get passed over for the bigger guys, and they're pushing the hell out of it. That's why John Cena wrestled Dolph Ziggler last night. That's why the pay-per-views are better. That's why we're sitting here and bypass the rest of the pay-per-view to start talking about a non-main event match on Raw.
Yeah. It's the thing, the mentality, like, who would have thought that, 2 or 3 years ago, that The Miz would be main eventing a Raw?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With Jerry the King Lawler? What?
I did.
And I'm with you. I kind of called the Miz was going to be big. Miz was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see it.
Even a guy, Alberto Del Rio, that they just
we're all in agreement that at one point or another.
And he is immediately, thrust into one of the top youth, and he's on pretty much the main event of every show, and he's been there for what, 3 months, 4 months now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, guys, the main event of the Rumble, the WWE title match, that's a fight between two tough enough guys.
Yeah.
Just, throwing that out there.
The Miz.
WWE is smart. They'll realize that and use it to start pushing the new season of stuff now.
Yeah, there's that.
No, that's not it. It's honestly down to talent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. WWE is wising up.
Mm-hmm.
They're done pushing. They're done pushing the super weights.
Yeah.
It's all down.
And this is another conversation we had. I think we talked about this on Sunday when we had Pee Wee over. You look at, we had the steroid stuff, and notice there haven't been anybody busted lately with the wellness policy,
right?
Or steroids or anything.
That's why everyone's healthy.
Remember what happened back in the 90s? We had steroid trial.
Mm-hmm.
We got smaller guys like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels after Hulk Hogan, that paled in size, to be quite honest. We got a thinner Hulk Hogan at the time too. It's like, what? Has Hulk Hogan been eating? What's going on? I know as a 12-year-old I was really confused. And we're seeing that now. I mean, Sheamus is a big guy. He doesn't look like a roided up guy.
No, Sheamus is a tall guy.
He's a tall guy. He's got muscles though.
He's an average build tall guy.
The only mountain of muscle they have right now is Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, like he might.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if even like Chris Masters looks a little less than usual. Like, he's definitely not pushing the gas as hard, if at all. But now we have, Kofi Kingston. Now we have The Miz on top. Now we have, John Morrison is coming up there.
So you're trying to say that this is all
is the steroid push? It's like you're just that point where you think like, scratch your head. You're like, oh man, yeah, we really have a hard on for the muscle guys.
Obviously, we're not in the back and all that. Mm-hmm. But it just
the
way
thing
that
to
they
the
stepped
left
up
of
their
question mark. Then you can
product.
select your created guy.
Well, we'll finish up, WrestleFan. Did we just hello?
Oh,
yes.
Obviously, like we're not backstage in the locker room, but just from the way that the wrestlers have stepped up and given us that much more, it feels like WWE is just a better place to work than in the past when we hear all these stories from these older wrestlers about how much of a horrid place it was to work with Vince McMahon. Now, obviously,
you know what? I think this. Go on, WrestleFan. Sorry, I thought you were done.
Well, I'm finished.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I think the reason that we might be seeing such an improvement in the in-ring work, because I think WWE has kind of realized that they need competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this NXT show, we may laugh at it. Like, we may laugh at all the guys, being brought up, horrible mic workers, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know
but they're great.
when one of these guys, could connect with the crowd. And I think the fact that they're bringing, 8 guys up at a time, and they're saying, hey, you know what? We're dedicating a whole hour to these guys. And one of them could be the next Miz. One of them could be the next Sheamus. And I think it, kind of forces people to work a little harder because they realize WWE has a wealth of talent they can pull from. Especially when they're bringing in guys from the indies, like Daniel Bryan and Caval.
Yeah. Hotwheelz here.
Sorry, I'm done.
No problem. Hotwheelz.
What I was going to say was, well, you're looking at even NXT. Now you're also going to have Tough Enough coming back. So you're going to have two things bringing in more talent.
And two different angles from that, too, because you got NXT's previously FNW, or FCW? Right. Wait, FCW. I might have been saying that wrong. Florida Championship Wrestling. And then now Tough Enough, and we've heard rumblings of who's been asked to be on Tough Enough, who's been submitting for Tough Enough, some in this area. It's the let's tap the bigger talent pool. Let's see what we can get from there. People that haven't paid whatever to be an FNW and you haven't given a contract. It's the reach out. It's the community service version of NXT.
This is WWE saying, we have all of these people who want your job. So you're going to have to step it up and actually produce a quality match. Or we're going to put this guy in your spot who will do it cheaper and better than what you're doing now.
Yeah, welcome to a competitive field. And you know what? It's one of those, WWE is a classic place where everybody knows that you're given an opportunity and do what you do with it. That's why guys like Carlito that rested on their laurels aren't there anymore. Right. He's doing one shots.
Why Matt Hardy's going.
That's why Jeff Hardy, look at Jeff Hardy, But, and there's guys like that are good workers and aren't going to go anywhere, but they wanted more and they're not happy with the spot they're given.
The thing with guys
Tommy
guys like Carlito, and Matt Hardy, and even like MVP, is like those, they get complacent.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah,
Mr. Kennedy, they get really complacent.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
They started strong, but then, it just been,
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, all those guys that we're talking about, like all the TNA's main eventers for 2011, there was one thing that they all. There's one thing they all had in common. Matt Hardy, stale as shit face. Ken Anderson, stale as shit face. I don't care what he's doing as TNA because the Impact Zone's full of idiots.
Well, see, it's not even
MVP,
that.
Stale as shit face. John Morrison, he's trying to not be a stale as shit face.
Yeah.
And I think his athleticism, because he's working so much harder in his matches, it doesn't matter if his face Mike skills aren't nearly as good as his heel Mike
But
skills were
unfortunately
because he's getting over in the ring.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
Anderson didn't do that.
That might mean, you know, that,
MVP didn't do that. Matt Hardy was a fat fuck that didn't try in the ring anymore because he wanted to be with his brother.
Well, see, it's not only that, but all of those guys had one thing in common. They all got too comfortable.
Yeah.
They all assumed that no matter what they did, they were all WWE had.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
WWE had NXT. WWE has all of these minor league feds with all of this talent that will hop on a bus, drive, or get on a plane to go wherever WWE needs them.
And
will put on a better match than all of those people listed can now.
Yeah. LB, I think you had something.
That really reminds me of there was a show here in Pittsburgh actually where John Morrison was fighting somebody, and there was something as simple as a monkey flip, just a monkey flip, and instead of just flipping, doing the regular thing, Morrison put another rotation into it and ended up landing on his face, and it was awesome. It was just that little touch, that little step in the right direction for him to. Yeah, it shows he's always trying to up his game.
It's like we talked about last week right here, albeit you were in on that conversation, where we talked about how Jericho puts that little touch, the whisper. The whisper is a little thing to make you listen to him.
It's the small details that make it matter.
Those are the guys that figure it out. Yep. Whereas Matt Hardy, they gave a shot with him on the mic and doing a storyline, the thing with Kane, which created off the buzz of the him and Lita and Edge thing, of course, and he didn't deliver. Jeff Hardy, they couldn't ignore his fandom enough, to not give him the belt at that point.
Right.
Even now, even with his
plus they knew they'd sell tons of merch and tons of pay-per-views with him as champion.
And even with
Matt Hardy's never been a draw by himself.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy, I don't think is ever going to be a great mic guy, but he works his ass off. Whether you like or don't like his style, you can't deny that. Maybe the drugs are pushing.
I just hope they don't do a gimmick belt with replicas of that stupid ugly belt.
Yeah, they're probably going to. You can still get Rated R Superstar belts. I saw one on Raw.
Can I just bring up one thing? All this effort that we're talking about, it goes back, and it shows that WWE is starting to realize that back in the 90s, things were perfect as far as wrestling goes and their fandom goes, because it goes back to them willing to stop laughing at me. Shut your No, it goes.
Chachi,
no, okay, let him finish, Lance.
It goes back to show that the wrestlers back then were willing to put that little extra effort into it. And I have one example for you, and that will prove that I'm right.
Okay.
And look at Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
When Shawn Michaels got whipped into the corner, he didn't bounce off the turnbuckle and fall onto the mat.
No.
Shawn Michaels flipped over the turnbuckle, stumbled down the ring apron, and usually fell there.
You know another guy that's a book straight out of? That is really, if you think about it, it's just an average guy. Really just an average guy. How could this guy possibly be a wrestling superstar and legend like he is now? Ric Flair.
Exactly.
Extra mile.
Yeah.
It's that little extra effort.
He wasn't the biggest.
Push.
He wasn't the biggest, the strongest, the best looking, but he pushed every button that he could.
Right.
He covered every detail that he could.
Are you still laughing at me?
Made up for it. He was Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the ECW of the time.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I do want to point out WWE was not perfect in the 90s.
No one's ever perfect.
No.
What I meant was they had the talent, and they pushed the right talent.
They still have the talent.
For you, I mean, for you,
they still have the talent.
The heyday of WWF was the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels era, on the top level of at least.
Right.
And of course there were problems. They had financial issues. The steroid trial, that's all been chronicled to hell, and they had to come back with Steve Austin and Attitude. But still, that's still a heyday that people remember. Fans of WWF still think that was the best time. Forgetting all about Flash Funk. And WrestleMania
everyone
13.
remembers all the good stuff. I mean, granted, there was a lot of good stuff back then, but there's just as much good stuff in the current age of wrestling.
I wasn't
from
trying to say that there wasn't. Go ahead.
Like,
sorry.
Like there was, trust me, there was just as much shit back then. Like shit that makes you think like, oh my god, they actually fucking put this on television. Like, for every.
I'm just saying, Rikishi had a lot of airtime.
I'm sorry, LP, what was that?
I'm just saying, Rikishi had a lot of airtime.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I think he just settled all of that point right there.
Fine.
Can I hit on one more point before we get out of here? I don't think there's much for really news. I don't want to talk about some guy supposedly having a gun at Hulk Hogan's wedding.
Sorg, can we before you try and wrap this up? Can we talk about the Christmas Carol and how phenomenal that opening segment of Raw was?
I missed the very, very beginning of it, but oh my god, what the hell was up with that? Go ahead, Mad Mike.
Something.
As a representative of everything North Pole, please.
I thought that was the greatest thing. And to have the ghost of Christmas Future be Scowly McScowlerson doing a Conan O'Brien gimmick. That was fantastic.
Oh, tremendous. Tremendous.
It only would have been better if it said there is no Miz. Only Zool.
And actually, thank you. You made me stay with WWE on this because I want to get this. Vicky Guerrero, best heel heat of the decade.
Oh,
at this point,
without
amazing.
Oh my god,
he's incredible.
I say I have not seen a WWE segment go so off the rails since that one time Randy Orton played Keystone Cops with a chair in the middle of New Year's Revolution in a match against DX. When the Triple H got hurt.
Poor Cena was like dying in the ring.
It was ridiculous. That segment.
Vicky Guerrero.
I love how like Vicky and Dolph themselves were cracking up.
What's that, LB again?
I said I loved how like at one point Vicky and Dolph themselves were cracking up.
Yeah. I mean, that was fantastic.
No, Dolph had the best line. Vicky Guerrero is a saint.
They only got one thing in, but you gotta give Dolph a lot of credit for not being on the mic for it, because really Vicky's his mouthpiece, because I think he's still developing there.
Right.
But his reactions were gold, and then he just said one thing that was enough, and that was great. That was fine. I mean, especially you can't compete with John Cena and Jerry Lawler in this regard.
No,
and Vicky in that crowd, you can't compete with that crowd. And then John's like,
Vicky Guerrero got more heat last night than Eddie did when he won the title.
You know what? That is not,
and that's legit.
Yeah, that is not a false statement.
And Eddie won it in his hometown for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that is not a false statement.
No, that is like Eddie Guerrero is smiling down on Vicky right now.
Eddie Guerrero is doing backflips because he wish he could get heat as easily as his wife can.
Man, yeah.
And it says something about Vicky because overall, Vicky's mic skills, I mean, they aren't that great.
No, they're not. And that's what makes it so much better.
Words can, excuse me.
But she knows. She knows.
I love that the crowd boos is her entrance music. Riz and I just said the same thing. Riz typed it as I said it. But she doesn't have entrance music. She just says, excuse me, from the back. And her theme song is boo.
You know what? That's like what happens when...
That's the easiest paycheck Jim Johnson's ever had.
Yes. Chachi had something.
That's what happens when you have people that the crowd loves.
Mm-hmm.
Between that skit or that segment going like really long because the fans wouldn't stop booing, and John Cena and Jerry the King able to go back and forth like they did. That's what
it was
made
also.
perfect.
I think it was made worse because John Cena was there. John Cena came out and was having his victory lap over the Nexus. He riled up the crowd. It was a very
He hugged the Cena hater.
He hugged the Cena hater. I mean, Cena's out there having a good time. He's riling up the crowd, doing his victory lap, just having a blast. So the crowd is always already in a frenzy, like a Steve Austin, size frenzy. And then she comes out of all people that they already hate. It just it was the perfect storm of crowd response.
They threw gasoline on a fire and expected it to go out.
You know how much more Vicky you're going to see in the coming months now? Main event of WrestleMania.
And she's main eventing on the live SmackDown right now.
There you go.
And I have to say,
there's a prediction.
Vicky,
go ahead,
Vicky
Mike.
looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's starting to look really good.
Wow.
No, she's wearing like a normal singlet now for her wrestling match, and I mean, half a pack Mentos, boys.
Let's go with that. Let's put this.
I mean, not fully there, but
we put this out on the Awesome Cast.
Let's just say I can see why that was Eddie's real mamacita.
There you go.
All right. So we did this on the Awesome Cast.
Yeah.
What is your biggest prediction?
We're going to have biggest prediction of the new year.
Yeah.
We'll also do what we learned from the year here in a moment. Now I want to start this off. Vicky Gambino, Vicky Guerrero. She will be involved in one of the top 3 main events at WrestleMania. I'm going to put that out there. Putting that out there. Chachi, do you want the next one?
Yeah. No.
No.
Pass.
All right.
Come back to me.
Who wants to take nexties?
Biggest prediction of next year.
Prediction?
Of next year.
Okay. Yes, of 2011.
Oh man, that's tough.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, you know what? My biggest prediction: Triple H will not hold the title in 2011.
Wow. I don't think he did in 2010, did he?
I don't think he did.
No, he wasn't there for most.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he did.
He did early?
Yeah, I think really early.
No, he didn't.
Here, we'll hold that thought. We'll move on to the next. I'll look it up here on the internet.
Well,
because Sheamus started off the year as champion.
I think so.
Lost it to John Cena, lost it to Batista, then they traded, and
I think you're right.
The whole Orton Nexus thing.
All right, I'll verify that. Who wants next?
I'll take the next one.
All right.
This may be pushing it a bit, but I think like what we mentioned earlier about all the new young stars being brought in, I say maybe this year's WrestleMania, the streak ends.
Streak ends?
I think there's a good possibility of it.
Who do you think, too?
Well, from the way it's looking, I think it will be Barrett.
Okay.
If anything, I think the whole point of them having the Undertaker streak is to eventually, get a young guy over.
Okay.
Over the fact that they defeated the Undertaker's, I think it's like at 19 now.
I like
however
that.
long.
Kind of as an aside of that, I really think the other major reason for the streak is to sell more T-shirts every year. Just put that in.
but
Come on.
I think their goal is they're not going to have they weren't going to have Shawn Michaels be employed. They're not going to have John Cena or Triple H or whoever else be employed. They're going to have a young guy, in the chance to get him over. So
I like because that's why.
So WrestleFan, you think he's even going to make Mania this year?
I think there may be a good chance.
I don't know.
There could. I mean, either way.
Riz has predicted that a member of Nexus, not named Wade Barrett, will be a World/WWE champion.
Say Barrett hasn't won it yet for all the. I mean, he's been involved, and I think he's going to. So he thinks not Wade Barrett's going to get the championship. I still think he's going to be in the running. He's going to be in the. He's going to be.
Yeah, he may be in the running.
I think he's going to be up there. Maybe
if not Barrett, then the only other person that I would see that's a little bit below him would be Gabriel, and I don't think he's
you don't
that
know
close to a title.
I don't see
or at least to a world title.
Nobody else.
Honestly, you don't know what kind of talent Nexus is sitting on yet.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
No one but Wade
And
Barrett.
from the way NXT is looking, it looks pretty promising.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Husky Harris a lot, especially if he moves to SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I
Even though he looks like
Same
James
with,
Storm.
him and McGillicuddy, I
Same
think,
with
have the best
Brodus
future.
Clay, who's now on NXT 4. I see big things in his future.
Yeah, he looks ridiculous.
That's a big boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's up next?
I'll take next.
All right.
I firmly believe that 2011 will see the return, the triumphant-ish return of King Booker to the WWE.
Ooh.
I
don't think full time.
Nice one.
I don't think he'll do full time.
That is very good, LP.
I think he'll come back at least for a short term to business.
Oh God, if they put Booker and Sheamus in a match, that'd be like.
It'd be tremendous. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
That would be like night and day.
He'd be the perfect guy. He'd be like, I'm the true champ, you know? Night and day. Oh, my. Speaking of night and day,
because he's really black and he's really white.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you got one? All right. Chachi's got one here.
I think that the winner of the Royal Rumble, thusly going on to have a title match at WrestleMania, will be someone that's never had a WWE title match.
That's a good one, Chach.
That makes sense.
I can't name anyone in particular because that's too wide a field, but I think WWE will take this chance to make the Royal Rumble winner a rookie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe, and this may be pushing it, but if I want to think of a rookie that has the best chance of winning the Rumble, Alberto Del Rio. I mean, from the way that SmackDown is looking,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
that could
to be
be
fair, he
known.
has had a title shot.
Well, he has had a title, but he hasn't. He's still very fresh.
I almost don't want to count that because it was the way that was put together.
I mean, because if you think
I
about it,
could also see maybe Daniel Bryan, maybe going the distance, maybe like someone who trained him, like Shawn Michaels. Maybe.
I'm thinking that.
hey, like I said,
Miz,
I'm
Daniel
not gonna.
Bryan at WrestleMania, maybe
I'm not gonna pick
really
any
put
particular
good together
wrestler.
match.
I'm not gonna pick any particular wrestler.
Wheels. Sorry.
Yes.
But if you think about it, Miz and Morrison will happen at WrestleMania.
You think that now it's happening at Royal Rumble? You think they're going to rematch on a bigger stage?
I think.
All right.
I think
I like
that
it.
the match will be big
I
enough
like it.
at Royal Rumble.
I want Miz to go to Royal Rumble or to WrestleMania.
I believe that the match will be big enough. Now, Miz may not go into WrestleMania as the champion.
Okay.
But Morrison Miz 2 will happen at WrestleMania.
I think they should have Who's the Jannetty match. I think that should happen. No, really, yeah. I mean, for the build.
They could bill it as that. That would be,
Not the Jannetty match. And they bring back Jannetty again for a couple weeks. He leaves again because of his drug problems, and we move on.
So those are my 2 predictions for next year.
Wheels, got anything?
Honestly, prediction-wise, I agree with Chachi that there's definitely going to be they need to put maybe another fresh face in with that title contention if it's not World or if it's WWE. So, I mean, like you said, I couldn't think of anybody right now since there's more and more new guys coming in. But that's my prediction. Somebody new will be a world champion in WWE in 2011.
Excellent. Well, guys, I think we really need to get out of here. It's late as all hell. But I think that was a fantastic close.
Sorg, you just wanted to run it directly against SmackDown, didn't you?
Yes, directly. We'll see who gets better ratings now. Yeah. Guys, I think that's a great way to end 2011. I'm really glad I could end it with you guys here. This collection of people. A lot of people have been the core of this show. We got 5-year anniversary coming up here.
It's a good year.
I think 2011 has been a great year. We're going to reflect on 2011 in particular, or 2010 in particular. Here we'll have the Mayhemies come up, probably because of our anniversary. Look for the Mayhemies here late January. We're going to start working on them here soon, probably. If you have any recommendations for categories, nominees, etc., please go ahead and contact us at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. Let's say we got the party coming up. I'm really I'm being serious here. This is a serious time. But we have come a long way.
Lights, please.
in 2011. We
2010.
started 2010.
Yeah.
I got what year is it? I want to get ahead to 2011. So
I
much
know.
is coming up.
I know.
It's 2010, Sorg.
I'm
It's
sorry.
2010.
We were a video podcast like I don't even think last year at this time.
No, we weren't.
We started the
No.
first. We were
Some of the old
playing.
shows.
We were playing. I think we had some test shows that are up there from the last Christmas show. But I don't think it was being pushed really as a video show. We were still figuring it out.
We had video footage, but it wasn't being streamed.
No, well, it was being streamed. It wasn't being recorded, streamed as well or as complete as it is now.
Not being edited.
So we are officially a video podcast, and I think everybody that's made some weeks we have more people watching the video than we are the audio, which we've been an audio podcast for coming on 5 years. It's been tremendous.
That's because they want to see our crazy faces.
We are becoming multi-state
Come on now.
show. I think we're going to begin
Look at
back.
this beard.
We're getting back to a little bit of our roots by bringing back the couch
Right.
and trying to get some people in here.
It's going to be a big year.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and it's going to start with this party.
Yep.
And I think you're going to see us out in the town a little bit more, for one thing. So, and I want to thank every one of you, all the fans that have emailed us, called us, sent their wishes.
You are the Mayhem Show.
You
All
are
of
the
you
Mayhem
out there.
Show. I mean, I think this is proof right here. Look at these three faces that started listening to the show. And LB's still here, one way or another. He's still here.
Right.
That's true.
He's in his observatory.
Exactly. Chachi's back. It's fantastic.
On and off.
That's right. On and off.
Now we just need Steam Machine.
You'll see me more, and I'll be behind scenes.
Yeah.
So, I'll be around a lot more.
Yeah, I guess we can
Good
say
to have you back,
we're
Josh.
ending off. We can say Chachi's going to come in. He's going to be joining me here on Tuesday. So regardless, I will not be alone in the studio anymore.
Right.
Oh, I guess I never was with the owl, but
No, I will be here Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm on mic or not on mic, I will be in the same room.
Yep. You'll be in the facility. The compound is growing.
Yeah, things will be getting done a lot faster, and with less.
What you trying to say?
Well, nothing.
Yeah, I know.
With less stress to Sorg. So yeah, 2011 is going to be a great year.
Mm-hmm. And we got a lot of people on board to make this thing awesomer.
Right.
I
mean, we have an awesome crew that's here just about every week.
We've had secret meetings. We've started an Illuminati podcasting.
We actually get together once a month.
Yeah, well,
of us.
We've done it twice.
Yeah.
But
we get together and we discuss basically where this thing is heading and things that we can do to make it better.
Yep.
And it's all because you guys show up every week to listen to this, and the other shows happen. So yeah.
There you go.
That's just me.
That's him. Go check him out. He's at chachisays.net. He's got a fantastic video blog that keeps growing. I can't wait to see what he does for 2011.
We're gonna blow stuff up.
Go over to podcastpittsburgh.com. Our session, the We're Still Here session with myself and DJLunchbox just went up this week. I also recommend our friend Rob Taylor. I almost really messed up. It did a fantastic. What was it called? The Twitter session.
Enough. How to suck less at Twitter.
Yeah. We've had enough. Yeah. Go check that out. Nero from the Awful Show that we've been big fans of here did a fantastic one about building community. I've learned so much from their show when I was running, and it reminded me everything that we started because of their show and have not yet started despite their show. I've been talking with him too, so he's pretty cool.
It takes teamwork,
and he's got a great project he's working on at warriorsjournal.org. I think that was the website. I can't wait to start hearing what's going to come out of that. And yeah, that's it. This has been the Mayhem for 2010, guys.
Yeah, this is
guys.
Wow.
WrestleFan.
It's been a ride.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We're on to bigger and better things.
That's right.
So you guys are welcome to ride along with us.
Mm-hmm.
So
fantastic.
Vroom vroom, bitches.
You know what?
Rough Riders.
Let me do this.
Okay.
WrestleFan, what have you learned this year in wrestling?
Okay.
What have I learned this year in wrestling?
Yep.
Oh wow!
If you had to pick, one thing from this year that you've learned that impacted you more than anything else.
Well, I guess this kind of ties into the kind of discussion that we had earlier. People complained a whole lot about the PG movement of WWE, awesome. How it was going to ruin the company, how, nobody was going to watch anymore and all this other stuff. I honestly, personally, really glad for the PG movement because I think it plays a part in them stepping up their product, stepping up the in-ring work, avoiding, the stuff that kind of veers away from that. So I'm glad that, whether it's WWE, the indie scenes, or even sometimes TNA, I have such a variety of good wrestling that I can watch. And that's what it kind of turned into what I'm thankful for, but that's what I learned in 2010 in the world of wrestling.
Hotwheelz?
Well, what have I learned? I've learned, if like WrestleFan said, the indies or WWE or TNA, sometimes the main events are not the match at the end of the show. So, I mean, there's a lot of great talent out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mike? Mad Mike, sorry.
You got it wrong both times. It's Dashing Mad Mike.
Oh, shut up and tell me what you learned this year from wrestling.
Excuse me, I'm asking the chat room if they learned anything from this year in wrestling, because we love our fans.
Yes, we do.
Hell, I was a fan. WrestleFan is still a fan.
Okay, so
Hotwheelz was a fan. No,
all right, well,
Chachi, damn it, let me finish.
He's on a roll. Let him go.
This is going to be a 3-hour show, folks.
Well, Riz is the only one in the chat room.
Because we're so fucking late.
Yeah. No, Dashing Mad Mike.
Riz.
Dashing Mad Mike.
What you learned?
While we wait for Riz, what have you learned this year in wrestling?
I was also stalling for time. I'll tell something. What I learned this year in wrestling was that wrestling has been one of the biggest constants in my life since I was a little kid. And not only has it actually brought me employment,
you and me both,
somehow, some way, but it has brought me all of the great people of the Wrestling Mayhem show that I'm proud to call my friends and my second family. And I've learned that wrestling is a great way to just connect to everyone out there because it's something we can all be passionate about and it's something we can all love.
Well said. Will?
Who the fuck is Will?
I'm sorry.
I knew it was coming.
LB?
Well.
Didn't even think he was there still.
Yeah. I learned that, throughout the year of 2010, my opinion of TNA has not changed. From January 1st to this very day, there was one glimmer of hope that affected my opinion, and that was the Motor City Machine Guns beer money match. But on the other hand, WWE has done excellent work all year. They have positively affected my opinion of their company as a whole. And either way, both companies have given us great topics and great things to talk about here on the Wrestling Mayhem show. But the terribleness of TNA and the positiveness of WWE neither have affected my love for wrestling, which has remained constant. So that's what I learned.
Okay. Riz said, in wrestling, I learned that despite the douchebags that try to ruin wrestlers, that it's still a great community to connect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorg?
I think I share a little bit of that sentiment. I think if there's been one mission of this show, it's to be, hey guys, it's just wrestling, and we got into it for a reason, and we need to go back and remember that. I had a conversation with Joe Dombrowski recently. We were talking about, some wrestling shows and everything, and I'm like, you know what? We're just a bunch of fans, and we get together and talk about wrestling and have fun with it, because I think it's professional wrestling. That's what it's there for. If you're not having fun with professional wrestling, it's like if you're not laughing at the comedy,
right?
At watching a comedy, at watching a stand-up comic, then you don't. Why you're there? Why you're there all pissed? Whether you agree or whatever, or say there's a philosophy of wrestling or whatever, and we talk a lot about that one way or another. I think there's still a big positive angle, and you need to just ignore all the rest of the douchebags, like you said. And that goes for the wrestlers too,
right?
Because there are plenty of wrestlers out there that are fans, and I think it shows. And there's plenty of wrestlers out there. I've seen a lot of backstages this year through my work. I've talked to a lot of wrestlers, seen a lot of things. A lot of them are bitter, but there are a lot of them are still fans out there too. And those are the guys. Miz is a fan.
Right.
John Cena is a fan.
You can tell which ones are fans.
Chris Jericho's a fan.
Yep.
Of wrestling, despite where they're at and their experience.
Right.
They are still.
Matt Morgan's a fan.
Matt
Morgan's a fan, Sorg.
Matt Morgan's a fan of wrestling. I mean, and it shows. I think Matt Morgan. I love that he's on top. I love what he's doing. Beer money. You can tell. I watched the exchange between Kennedy and Morgan and Jeff Hardy at the beginning of Impact, and I'm like, this is great. Whatever you think of Impact, I'm like, this. Keep doing this.
Right.
These are the right guys. Whatever their stigma is from WWE or TNA or whatever, these are the guys. So, Chach?
I honestly, I didn't watch much.
I know you're not big. I mean, you watch sometimes. We talk about it a little bit.
I honestly haven't watched much wrestling this year, and that's partly due to you guys. I'll explain. I'm getting there.
It's our fault. Shit.
Well, no. It's not a bad thing. It's me also, because of. I know I also didn't have much involvement in the show for a lot of the year, but it's because that when I did, I found myself learning way too much about wrestling. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan to the point where I kind of don't want to know what's happening behind the curtain. I don't want to know that so-and-so had a drug problem, which is why they got fired.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm happy just knowing that they're not there anymore.
Okay.
So I learned this year in wrestling that I have to ignore you guys. And at the same time... Well, no,
I
got you.
I love you guys, all right? You guys are fantastic, and I couldn't see the show run any other way. And I have to ignore some of your guys' conversations.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think I would want to discuss wrestling with any other people.
And to be fair, I think some of us want to ignore each other's conversations sometimes too.
Right. So
to be fair, I always want to ignore Chachi.
That's fine.
There you go. Exactly. It's all the way around.
I have to sit down and I have to watch wrestling from the mindset that I had when I started watching wrestling.
And that's part of what I'm talking about. It's like
if you guys
step back,
right?
For as much as we talk about it, and I think we talked about a lot tonight about what we love about wrestling,
right?
And not all the drawbacks, which I think is a really great thing that we can still do that, despite everything.
Chachi, I mean. Sorry, Sorg, I didn't mean to.
No problem. No,
but I was going to say this.
Go ahead.
But what I was going to say to Chachi was, I agree with you, because when I got into doing just sound for certain federations and stuff like that, one of the big things one of the wrestlers said to me is like, I saw you as a fan. He's like, don't ever lose that. He's like, whatever you still see around here, don't ever lose being a fan. He's like, because that's what people love. Is we love you guys as fans, so never lose it, even though you see, like you just said, you don't want to know some guy had a drug problem or something like that. Just still watch that match in the ring, listen to that commentary, and the comedy spots or this, that, and the other. I mean, last weekend, Sorg will tell you, I got to roll somebody. So it was great. It was fun.
Yeah, you did. You Rick rolled somebody in the middle of a match. That was great. Tremendous.
I mean, I want to sit down on Monday nights and I want to watch wrestling. Mm-hmm. And sure, I'll come around and I'll discuss the matches and everything with you guys on Tuesdays. But that's as far as I want to go. Mm-hmm. I don't want to know that someone's contract didn't get renewed because they missed 3 days of work.
I had stories. Stories like this about people getting renewed and Hulk Hogan's bullshit, whatever's going on with him and his wedding.
Right.
We didn't even get to that because our conversation was great.
I don't want to know that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of spur off that.
But unfortunately, it's the news.
Right. I understand. Like I said, I have to. I've learned that I have to put that aside myself. Like I can't stop you guys from discussing it, and I can't stop from being a part of the discussion. I just know that when I sit down, I have to let all that just slip away.
WrestleFan, real quick.
Just kind of spur off that of like how I take it and how it's similar to that. I used to go to an old before I was following the Wrestling Mayhem show. I went to this other podcast, and I observed like stuff on YouTube of like people reviewing wrestling and all that stuff. And I was around a certain group of people that were really critical of the product, from whether it was WWE, TNA, the Indies, everything. It was all critiquing. Mm-hmm. And I just look at that and I kind of felt bad for them because they don't see they don't see the product for what it is. The critiquing, just the overanalyzation really just spoils the product for you. And it's honestly, I think it's a great waste of the stuff that they put on television that's honestly really good. And that's the thing that I'm very grateful for being on the Wrestling Mayhem show, is that, there may be problems here and there, but there's always a bright side. There's always a silver lining to anything that you can see on TV. Mm-hmm. And, that's what I'm really happy about.
All right.
Definitely. Well, all right, guys, we got to roll out of here. Thank you very much. That was a long tail on that conversation outro.
It's almost Christmas.
Go check us out.
Hey, you know what? We went long on the awesome
whatever.
cast.
It's the end of the year. There's no time left. Go check out DJLunchbox on Twitter, sir. Thank you for joining us on the voice Skype here.
It has been my distinct pleasure and honor to serve with you gentlemen over the past year.
Excellent. And of course, Hotwheelz RWA on Twitter if you want to follow him. Great stuff. Great sound guy of wrestling events.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
WrestleFan at WrestleFan2000. The Mad Mike 4883. Chachi, of course.
And Sorg.
Yes.
Sorg. Coming in 2011, there will be a new venture from Mad Mike Productions. Just be on the lookout. Not yet, but hopefully launching very early 2011.
Really, guys, it's
Crisis of Infinite Mics.
Oh man, Chachi says at Chachi says Chachi says.net. I'm Sorgatron at Sorgatron. That was a laundry list. WrestlingMayhemShow.com at Mayhem Show, and of course, good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. 412-206. WMS0. We're on YouTube. We're on Blip TV. We're now on MediaFly, which means we're on everything.
We're on
your
internet.
We're on your
Go to MediaFly.com. Seriously, go to MediaFly.com. Hit devices. If we're not on that list, you need to buy a new device, because there are like televisions. There are, media players. There's stuff I've never heard of. The popcorn box, Boxy, Roku. It's all there. Another venue for us, and we're going to start pimping that here in 2011 as well, because I need to get some of these devices to figure out how it works. Right. On Android,
we're climbing in your Windows. We're snatching your MacBooks up.
If you're on Android or BlackBerry, it's a lot easier to get at our show, much like the people on iTunes on the iPhone. Yep. And actually, I prefer it on. I've been listening to some podcasts on MediaFly, despite iTunes. So it's been really cool to stream it from there. It works. So it works really good. Yep. And Chachi Says is on there too now. So it's fantastic. We got great stuff. We'll see you guys. Merry Christmas. One more song to go out. We'll see you guys next year. Merry
to all,
Christmas!
and to all, a good night. On the first day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me the Miz champ of WWE. On the second day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 2 flawless divas and the Miz champ of WWE. On the third day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas and the Miz champ of WWE. On the fourth day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the fifth day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the sixth day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the seventh day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 7 bearer dummies, 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the 8th day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me HF Trials Pushback, 7 bearer dummies, 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the 9th day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 9 Booker Swerving, HF Trials Pushback, 7 bearer dummies, 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the 10th day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 10 Cena fans crying, 9 Booker Swerving, 8 Jeff Trials Pushback, 7 bearer dummies, 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the 11th day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 11 Nexus members, 10 Cena fans crying, 9 Booker Swerving, 8 Jeff Trials Pushback, 7 bearer dummies, 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and the Miz champ of WWE. On the 12th day of Christmas, Vincent Dixie gave to me 12 pay-per-views, 11 Nexus members, 10 Cena fans crying, 9 Booker Swerving, 8 Jeff Trials Pushback, 7 bearer dummies, 6 kidnapping ninjas, 5 Fortune members, 4 NXT Seasons, 3 beautiful people, 2 flawless divas, and an awesome champ for WWE.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media.
You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Ustream.tv.